Hello, hello. This is John. Welcome for another very, very interesting video. Very, very exciting, important things to discuss today. And you know, it's been a wonder that we've made it to this point. Honestly, you know, it's been a long, difficult road, but here we are. Let us begin. Today is the day that we discuss the significance of having models with layers. Now, let's define a model. I know I've discussed this now multiple times before, but if that's any indication, it means that it's important. It's really important. It could be life or death. Really, might be. So, we have the OSI model. Now, I haven't done any direct work with this for a while, so bear with me. But, if I can remember how to count. That's not how you count. You know, I would edit this out, but I think it's a great window into seeing who I am as a person. Anyway, the OSI model. Now, I was told this very clever mnemonic device to help remember this. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. Based on that, we can go off and we can find, okay, physical. The data link layer, very important. Network. Transport. Session. Ooh, that one almost got me. Presentation. And last, and certainly not least, especially not least, because this is the one that everybody always interacts with. This is the one everybody's intimately familiar with. Application. Why? Why? Well, if you've been reading at all on this list here, you probably already know because I wrote it all down. There are many reasons to have models, okay? Clarity, accurate, precision, depth, relevance, breadth, logical, significant, fairness. There's nothing more fair than having a model. It's very fair, really. I can't explain that last one. I really can't. I do not understand what that means. But anyway, moving on, you know, as it says here in my notes that I took in class, each layer has a function, each layer has a purpose. Models are a process of conceptualizing or illustrating how a network works. You know, those are givens, you know, but there's more than that. You know, each layer does have a purpose. A very important, a very specialized purpose. The physical layer, that's the physical electrical signals that's making everything work, okay? Data link, network, transport, session, presentation, application. You cannot tell me that application is not important. That's your Facebook. That's your ESPN. Come on. Wake up, America. Okay? Now, moving on from that, it introduces versatility. It allows us to build architecture, to build networks in such a way, hell, not just network, digital devices even, build them in a way to divide and conquer, as it says here. Okay? Each layer has a specialized purpose. As I said earlier, I cannot stress this enough. They all have their purpose, you know? It fits into this divide and conquer mentality very well. Each purpose does everything it's supposed to near flawlessly. Also, a very important part of this is being able to distinguish between software and hardware. Okay, if we go back up here now, I don't know if I have it somewhere in my notes. In fact, wait a second, because I'm going to go try to find it. Because it might be in here somewhere. These different models. In fact, the more I think about it, I think, oh yes, I do have it, the TCP IP model. I've discussed the OSI model in depth multiple times now, but the TCP IP model, while it's effectively the same thing, it splits things up a bit more. First of all, from the bottom up, it says that the physical layer is both physical and data link. The network layer stays network. The transport layer stays transport. But the top three layers of the OSI model are all summed up as the application layer. So the TCP IP model has 4 layers while the OSI model has 7. And while the OSI model is great for splitting up everything into their specific purposes, something more like a TCP IP model is going to be better for being able to determine hardware versus software. Physical, definitely hardware. Layer 2 and layer 3 might be a little more gray. They deal with the physical. I would say layer 2 more so. But layer 3 and up, you're getting into more of software, where the routing protocols come in and, of course, the application side of everything. So using this model, you can better differentiate between the hardware and the software. It's a very good point to keep in mind. So, back to why. I mean, sure, it's great, but why? I mean, here's the thing. Models are a great way to teach this stuff. If I was thrown into this hardware networking fundamentals class without any experience, any knowledge beforehand on how these things kind of worked, the specifics would be so much harder to grasp. So you develop these models that are alternate ways of envisioning how a network works, and it becomes easier to teach. Models are a very powerful educational tool. We have these fundamentals, these ideas that we can then take what we learn in the labs and class, and we can apply them, and we can identify, oh, hey, yeah, when we set up that router, that's the network layer. We've worked with the physical layer. We've done an electricity lab. We touched a little on how electricity itself works. We've built the motor. We've worked with hubs and switches. We've gone to the data link. We've set up routers now, and we've set up network topologies. So building up like this, it's very good for learning. It facilitates learning very well. And if this is difficult, or if this is boring, difficult to follow, any of that, it's important to conceptualize ideas before you go into practice. So keep that in mind.